Hey, First Church, I hope that you're having a great week. If you had a chance to be with us in worship on Sunday, you might remember that Pastor Daniel shared with us about the importance of obedience, and he lifted up the example from David's life of how David remained obedient to God even when circumstances were tempting for him to take matters into his own hands. I've been thinking about that some this week in a variety of ways, and particularly as I've actually been driving. One of the things that struck me in driving around is that if I wanted to, I could ignore all the laws that are out there. I could ignore other cars and other traffic. And if I wanted to, I could do my own thing however I wanted to do it. I could choose to not obey any of the laws or, again, respond to anyone else who's out there. But if I did that, it would not take very long at all before I got into an accident, before I hurt myself, and most likely hurt some others. And as I've been thinking about that, I just think about that in relation to God and God's desires for us and what it means for us to be obedient to the ways of God. And so often we think that we will be happier for ourselves and in the long run if we obey ourselves, when in reality, the best life possible is the life that God gives us in Jesus Christ. And the reality is, the more we disobey God's ways, the more accidents we cause in our own life and in the lives of others. The more we disobey God, the more we harm ourselves and harm others. And so that's just been a good reminder for me this week that even though I'm very tempted very often to take matters into my own hands, when I can step back, when I can choose to obey God the way that God desires, it's not only better for me, it's better for those around me, and it's a way to bring glory and honor to God in the process. So First Church, this week, one of the things I want to ask you is just very simply, is there anything you will do today, even one thing that will be different because you're choosing to obey God over your own desires or not? Even one thing. So I want to ask us just to think about that, and I want to thank you, First Church, for seeking to be an obedient church through your generosity, through your modeling, through your service, in all kinds of ways. And just know that it continues to make a difference. This past week, we celebrated 5 baptisms. It was just awesome. You know that baptisms are one of my absolute favorite things. I believe that we get to celebrate baptisms in that way, in part because of your obedience and your modeling of a life of faith in Christ and how that inspires and encourages others. So through your obedience, you are helping to lead to life for others. So First Church, let us seek to be an obedient church. I hope you have a terrific week, and I look forward to seeing you in worship very, very soon. Take care. Blessings.